Some big breaking news in terms of Manchester United restructuring things.
It looked like the referee took a little bit of convincing. He had a good look at it at the monitor, which is absolutely fine. But are you happy that it was such a wrong decision that it needed reversing? Because some people still think, even though there was a touch, it was still a penalty. Are you happy that it was almost like it clear and obviously enough to reverse the decision?
Yeah, I am. I mean, you know, we work with referees' call. It's an important principle in the Premier League where the call will be made on the field by the referee. It will only get overturned if, when the VAR looks at the footage, he sees no reason at all to support the decision. There's no mix of considerations. It's a clear error. In this one, when you see Pope reach out with that foot, play the ball cleanly before making any contact with the opponent. In fact, he doesn't really make contact with the opponent. They come together as a normal consequence of that clean challenge by Pope. The referee hadn't recognised that touch. That was important. The VAR saw it and deemed it was a clear error. I agree with the VAR's intervention, so the referee can go to the screen, look at the full sequence, see that touch, see that there was a normal playing action by Pope, and the penalty was rightly cancelled.
Let's just bring you some breaking news from the Premier League. And the PGMOL say at the moment they are aware of a video circulating on social media and are investigating. Any further details we can bring you to that story will do over the course of the day on Sky Sports News. But for the moment, all we can say is that the PGMOL are aware of a video circulating on social media and are investigating.
No, I've never seen an incident like that. I think Lee Mason's made a huge mistake, and he should, you know what, I'd respect him more if he came out after maybe and said, yeah, I made a mistake, I apologize, because you can clearly hear he blew the whistle. And once you blow the whistle, that means I can take the free kick. Sometimes if you, as a player, if you want to ask the referee if you can take a quick free kick.
Which Lewis apparently did.
He did. Well, sometimes he could say, the ref will go, yeah, you can take a quick free kick, and he blows the whistle. So if Lewis Dunk asks him, can he take a quick free kick, and he blows the whistle, then the goal should have stand. The only reason is because the West Brom players obviously surround him and go mad and say no, the goal shouldn't stand. And also maybe the only reason is because Sam Johnson was on the other side lining up his wall, and then Lee Mason thinks I've made a huge mistake. But I've never seen that in football.
What happened at Old Trafford has left fans talking, debating, and replaying the moment over and over again. In a match filled with intensity, pressure, and high expectations, one decision suddenly became the center of attention. Supporters felt it changed the rhythm of the game. Some called it controversial. Others described it as unbelievable. And many simply could not understand how it was not reviewed differently. From the opening whistle, the atmosphere was electric. When two big teams meet, especially with the history and rivalry surrounding matches like this, every challenge matters. Every tackle is judged. Every movement inside the box becomes a potential turning point. That is exactly what happened in this encounter involving Manchester United and Newcastle United. The key moment came when a strong challenge inside the penalty area appeared to many as a clear foul. Replays seemed to show contact. Fans in the stadium reacted instantly. Social media exploded within minutes. Supporters believed the decision should have resulted in a penalty. Instead, play continued. The referee waved it away, and the video assistant referee system did not overturn the call. Now, this is where emotions began to rise. In modern football, VAR was introduced to reduce mistakes and improve fairness. It is meant to review clear and obvious errors. But when fans feel that a situation is clear, yet no penalty is awarded, frustration grows quickly. Many supporters questioned why the incident was not recommended for a longer review. Others argued that the contact was minimal. Opinions divided immediately. From a neutral perspective, football is a fast game. Referees must make split-second decisions. Even with video technology, interpretations can differ. What looks like a foul from one angle may appear softer from another. The challenge for officials is consistency. And consistency is exactly what fans demand. As a commentator for United Pulse TV, my focus is not to accuse, but to analyze. Moments like this shape matches. A penalty can shift momentum completely. It can change confidence levels. It can force the opposing team to adjust tactics. When a big decision goes the other way, it feels even bigger because of the stage. Playing at Old Trafford adds pressure to every whistle. What makes this situation more intense is how close the match was. In tight games, one decision can determine the result. That is why supporters felt so strongly. When you believe your team deserves a penalty and it is not given, it naturally feels unfair. That emotion is part of football culture. However, it is also important to understand the role of referees. They are human. They rely on positioning, timing, and interpretation. VAR is there to assist, not to replace them. If the officials reviewing the footage believe the on-field decision was not a clear mistake, they will not intervene. That does not always satisfy fans, but it is how the system is designed to operate. Still, questions remain. Was the contact enough to justify a penalty? Was the review thorough enough? Could the outcome have been different if the referee had paused to watch the screen? These are the debates now dominating discussions. In matches involving top clubs like Manchester United, every decision is magnified. The spotlight is always bright. Media coverage increases pressure. Fans expect fairness. And when something controversial happens, it becomes headline news immediately. From a storytelling perspective, this moment will be remembered not only for the result, but for the conversation it created. Football history is filled with similar debates. Technology has reduced some errors, but it has not eliminated disagreement. That is because football still involves interpretation. As supporters, we want transparency. We want clear explanations. We want to understand how decisions are made. When VAR decisions are communicated more openly, it helps reduce confusion. That is one improvement many fans continue to request. Despite the controversy, the players still had to compete for the full 90 minutes. Games are not decided by one moment alone. Teams must convert chances, defend strongly, and maintain focus. A controversial call may influence emotions, but performance over the entire match remains the true determining factor. For Manchester United supporters, the feeling of disappointment is understandable. When you believe your team was denied an opportunity, it creates frustration. But football is unpredictable. Sometimes decisions go your way. Sometimes they do not. The key is how the team responds. What matters now is reflection. Coaches analyze performances. Players review their movements. Fans discuss opinions. And analysts break down the footage. That is the beauty of the sport, constant analysis and passionate debate. On United Pulse TV, our goal is to provide balanced commentary, not sensational claims. We examine moments carefully and encourage respectful discussion. Whether you agree or disagree with the referee's decision, your voice matters in the conversation. Was it a penalty? Some say yes. Some say no. That uncertainty is what keeps football discussions alive. VAR was created to bring clarity, but interpretation still plays a role. And until technology becomes completely objective, debates like this will continue. In the end, matches are decided on the pitch. Decisions may influence outcomes, but teams must adapt and respond. That is the mindset of champions. Now we want to hear from you. Did you think it was a clear penalty? Or do you believe the referee made the correct call? Share your opinion in the comments section. Let's discuss it respectfully and keep the passion alive. Thank you for watching and supporting United Pulse TV. Stay tuned for more match analysis, breaking updates, and honest football commentary.